The galaxy was vast, ancient, and endlessly patient, but even it had places where fear gathered. The Council Vault was one such place. It drifted in silent orbit around a dead star, far from trade routes, far from curiosity. No banners marked it. No weapons guarded it openly. Yet every species that had ever reached the stars knew its name. Because when the Deathworld Council met, civilizations changed course. Inside the vault, representatives of 10 advanced species assembled in a chamber carved from black stone older than recorded history. Light bent strangely here, refracted by crystalline delegates and absorbed by beings made of shadow and gas. The air vibrated with restrained tension. They were not here to celebrate peace. They were here to discuss a mistake. A world that should never have produced a spacefaring species. A planet with crushing gravity, unstable tectonics, violent storms, endless microbial threats, and predators that hunted intelligently. A planet officially labeled Deathworld, Class 12. Name, Earth. Species, humanity. They should not have survived, growled Elder Varnak of the Kthrel, his massive frame coiled with irritation. Class 12 worlds erase life. They do not nurture it. And yet, replied the Archivist of Taith, its voice calm and emotionless, the humans did more than survive. They adapted. A projection flared to life above the chamber. Images of human cities, wars, disasters, and recoveries flashing in sequence. They fight constantly, hissed Ambassador Sevek, wings twitching. Among themselves. Against their environment. Against reality itself. That is precisely the concern, the Archivist said. They are conditioned by struggle. Silence followed. Every species in the room understood what that meant. Most civilizations rose in comfort. Humans rose in suffering. And now, the Archivist continued, they leave their system. They form alliances. They interfere. Elder Varnak's eyes narrowed. Deathworlders should be isolated before they reshape the galaxy in their image. No one argued, because deep down, every species present felt the same uncomfortable truth. They were not afraid of human weapons. They were afraid of human will. The Council had studied many dangerous species before. Some were aggressive. Some were brilliant. Some were biologically unstoppable. Humans were none of those things, at least not on paper. Their ships were functional, not elegant. Their weapons were efficient, not excessive. Their technology lagged behind elder civilizations by centuries. And yet, their presence left marks. Trade zones stabilized after humans arrived. Border wars ended, sometimes violently, sometimes peacefully, but they ended. Pirate clans vanished, not destroyed, but dismantled. They do not conquer, Sevek observed. They entangle. The Archivist expanded the projection. Footage showed a human engineer repairing an alien station without payment. A human medic treating enemy wounded during a ceasefire. Human soldiers standing guard over refugees of another species. They protect non-humans, Varnak said slowly. Illogical? No, the Archivist corrected. Predictable, once you understand their origin. The images shifted to Earth itself. Raging oceans. Shattered cities after earthquakes. Wildfires consuming entire continents. This planet tried to kill them daily, the Archivist said. Their evolution was shaped by constant loss. And that made them violent, Sevek insisted. The Archivist paused. It made them empathetic. A murmur rippled through the chamber. On Earth, the Archivist continued, survival often depended on cooperation, on pulling others from danger, on rebuilding after catastrophe. Varnak's voice was quieter now. So they are fragile. No, said the Archivist. They are resilient. The difference mattered. Fragile species broke under pressure. Resilient ones endured. And endurance, the Archivist concluded, is far more dangerous. The Council voted that day, not unanimously, but decisively. Human expansion would be contained. Quietly, politely, before resilience turned into dominance. Containment plans were subtle. No blockades. No wars. Just closed corridors, denied access, silent isolation. The Council believed humans would accept it. After all, humans argued among themselves constantly. Surely they would fracture under galactic pressure. That belief lasted exactly 12 cycles. The first incident was dismissed as coincidence. A neutral shipping lane, suddenly reopened after human negotiation. The second raised concern. A pirate fleet vanished after targeting a colony with human advisors. Then came the third. A refugee convoy, trapped between two hostile powers, should have been destroyed. Council projections showed a 98% casualty rate. Instead, a single unarmed human vessel entered the conflict zone. It transmitted one message on an open channel. There are civilians here. If you fire through us. The alien fleets hesitated. The human ship did not move. Weapons fired. The human ship absorbed the impact. It broke apart, slowly, stubbornly, long enough for the convoy to escape. The council watched the footage in silence. They sacrifice assets irrationally, Sevek said. The archivist replayed the final moments. Human crew members remained at their stations. No panic. No retreat. They chose, the archivist said softly, who deserved to live. That concept unsettled the room. Most species calculated losses. Humans calculated meaning. Still, the council pressed forward. Until the impossible happened. The council vault had never been breached. Not by war. Not by accident. Not by time. So when an unencrypted signal appeared inside its perimeter, panic rippled through the chamber. This is Ambassador Elias Monroe of Earth. We know you're meeting. We'd like to speak. Outrage followed. This is a violation. How did they locate us? The archivist scanned the data. They didn't locate us, it said slowly. They predicted us. Space distorted. A human diplomatic vessel emerged, scarred, reinforced, built for survival rather than intimidation. Against all protocol, the vault opened. One human entered. No guards. No armor. Just a man with tired eyes and steady posture. He looked around the chamber, taking in forms that would terrify most species. Thank you for hearing me, Monroe said calmly. I know I wasn't invited. Elder Varnak loomed forward. Your species is unstable. Monroe nodded. Correct. The chamber stilled. You admit this? We argue. We fail. We make terrible decisions, Monroe said. But we survive them. Sevek hissed. Why are you here? Because you're afraid, Monroe replied. And fear makes people cruel. Silence fell like gravity. You plan to contain us, Monroe continued. You think distance will make the problem disappear. He met their gazes, one by one. We grew up on a planet that tried to kill us every day, he said quietly. Containment doesn't scare us. Monroe didn't threaten. He didn't negotiate. He told a story. On Earth, he said, our ancestors were small, weak, surrounded by things that wanted to eat them. Images flickered. Early humans huddled around fire. We survived because someone stood watch. Someone shared food. Someone stayed behind. The projection shifted. Wars, disasters, rebuilding. Our planet punished mistakes brutally, Monroe said. So we learned to care, for strangers, for enemies, for anyone who needed help. The archivist tilted its luminous form. This contradicts evolutionary logic. Monroe smiled faintly. So does hope. But it works. Sevek scoffed. Words. Before Monroe could reply, alarms echoed. A pirate armada had breached the expanse, heading for a refugee convoy. The council froze. Their fleets were too far. Monroe touched his calm. Earth ships, he said. You're clear. But you're outnumbered, the archivist warned. Monroe replied softly. So are the refugees. Human ships arrived first. Not to attack. To shield. They positioned themselves between pirates and civilians. Weapons fire tore into human hulls. They held. Engines failed. They stayed. Human medics treated wounded aliens mid-battle. Engineers rerouted power with bare hands. When pirate ships boarded, humans fought, not with rage, but resolve. The pirates retreated, not defeated, but broken. Because the humans wouldn't stop. The convoy survived. The council watched in stunned silence. They should have died, Sevek whispered. Monroe answered quietly. We hear that a lot. After the battle, humans repaired alien ships. They asked for nothing. No territory. No tribute. Just space. Elder Varnak lowered his massive head. They fight like their world, he said. The archivist recorded everything. Relentless, it noted. But protective. Sevek's wings drooped. They are dangerous. Yes, Monroe agreed. But not to everyone. The council reconvened. The containment vote was withdrawn. Unanimously. The archivist addressed Monroe. What do you seek? Monroe thought. A chance, he said. To prove that survival doesn't have to mean domination. Varnak exhaled slowly. Your species will change the galaxy. Monroe nodded. We already have. Across the stars, stories spread. Of humans standing between danger and strangers. Of Deathworlders who carried others through hell. Trade routes reopened. Alliances formed. Fears softened into respect. The archivist updated the record. Humans are not defined by strength. They are defined by what they refuse to abandon. The council vault returned to silence. But it was no longer afraid. Because it had learned the truth. Humans did not escape their death world. They carried it with them. Its resilience. Its compassion. Its refusal to give up. And for the first time, the galaxy understood what it truly meant to be human. If this story moved you, subscribe for more human stories from the stars. Milky Way.